going to give you a mini review on my loadmaster and how I'm reloading 223 so far. I have a bucket of finished, ready to load 5.56 casings. Here is the loadmaster, and I'm using a Hornady powder measure, the lock and load powder measure. And I'll set this right here. This is probably your best angle. I have the lock and load powder measure, the light, the Hornady light, so I can look down in the casings at the powder charge. Now, this is how I'm loading it now. Later on, I'm going to upgrade a few things, and we'll talk about that. So I'm not using the case feeder, even though I have the case feeder for the rifle, rifle casings. I can't get it to really work reliably without the casings tipping over. They end up tipping and falling down. So it's just quicker for me to set one on. And then I set a bullet on. Well, I'll put it to you like this. You're supposed to have in Station 2, I'll see if I can, show this a little bit better. In Station 2 up here, they say to use the sizing die to hold the brass over top of the priming ram. But if you have a loadmaster, you know that at every station but the first station, there's a little finger that you can adjust to hold the brass inside the shell holder. The shell plate, excuse me. And I have that pushing the, on Station 2 where it primes, I have it pushing it in pretty tight. It's a pretty tight fit in there. And I don't have no priming issues doing it that way. So you don't have to size and prime if you don't want to. I size it and trim it and take the crimp out of the primer. I do that all first, and then I just load on my second run through. And that's been working out for me really good. But what I would like to do is I would like to get the Hornady case feeder and the Hornady bullet feeder, and I'd like to hook up to my Lee press. And I would also like to get another turret, and on that other turret, I would like to set up my sizer. Excuse me, my sizer and a Dillon trimmer, so that I could size and trim all my brass. and then take that turret off and then set up a turret like this that I already have, and then have a case feeder and the bullet feeder. I think that would be ideal, to be honest with you. And so that's sort of the future plan. I don't really load anything but 223 on this, and I don't load a lot of 223. So most of my experience in doing this is with pistol ammunition. And this loads pistol ammo really good. On the pistol ammo turrets, I use the Lee powder measure, and it works out really well. But I didn't do the Lee double disc kit for rifles. I went ahead and just used the Horn 80 powder measure. I think the Horn 80 for rifles is better than the Lee double disc. I haven't used a double disc, but that's just the way I wanted to do it, was with the Horn 80 powder measure. I think it's easier to adjust if you need to make an adjustment than the double disc. That's just my 2 cents. This is going slow because I'm talking to you and concentrating on this at the same time, but I can load, doing it this way, I can load about 100 rounds an hour. I know that that's not stellar. That's not lightning speed. But when you compare it to, and really the only thing slowing me down is not having the case feeder. But when you compare it to doing it single stage, this is really quick. It's quick enough. I mean, I would like to enjoy my press, and to load 500 rounds an hour, or to load 2 or so 100 rounds an hour, I would really only get to use this for an hour here and there. So it's kind of nice to not go super fast and get to enjoy your press a little bit. Especially in the winter time, because, you know, it's not like you can just go out and shoot with 1.5 feet of snow on the ground. Or even if there was no snow, would you want to go out and shoot and it's 10 degrees? When you could just sit in the house and load? In the summertime, it's nice to get more done and then go shoot. But anyway, about the press. Let's talk about the press. That's what the video is about. The press really works for me. The press is finicky if it's dirty. And, you know, sometimes you do have to do a little trickery here and there. If you have a mechanical aptitude, this press really rocks. Every brand of press, Horn 80, Dillon's, whatever, they all have their little quirks. And, you know, same as said for the Loadmaster, it has its little quirks. But if you are mechanically inclined, then this press really is worth its weight in gold. there was a time when I had a Loadmaster before this one, and I got rid of it because I wanted the Hornady press. I wanted to prime on the downstroke. But there are a lot of things about the Hornady that I don't like, and a lot of things about this one I don't like. But when it came time to buy another press, I could almost have two of the Hornadys for, at this time, at the time I was getting another press, I don't know about now, but I could almost have two of the Lee Loadmasters for the price of the Hornady lock and load. So I'm glad I went back to the Loadmaster. And I think for the price, at least when I got it, the Loadmaster was like $215 in shipping in your choice of calibers. And I load a lot of 45 auto at that time, and I got it in 45 auto. And I've been adapting it and modifying here and there, and I've really got a very nice press, I think. And I can load just as high quality ammo as you could on a Dillon or a lock and load. I think load quality comes down to your dies anyway. To an extent, I think it comes down to the dies. I mean, I know some presses flex, some don't. But you're not getting this press to reload precision match sniper grade ammunition. These presses are obviously for loading high volumes of blaster ammo, essentially. And your reloading dies will decide your run out, and they will decide whether or not I lost my train of thought. You know, setting your shoulders and all that back is, you know, obviously a die issue. So, in short, I'm going to say that excuse me, in short, I'm going to say that your dies really make up most of your accuracy. And sorry about that. So, that's just what I think. Your mileage will vary, so keep that in mind. So anyway, so that's it. We're loading the Z-Max 50 grain bullet. I've got about almost 400 of them loaded, and I've been satisfied. I've had this Loadmaster for about 3 or 4 years, and the only issue that I ever get is priming issues. but I think I have that issue fixed. So, with that being said, outside of priming issues, I really do like this press, and I think that if you get the press, if you're mechanically satisfied, or mechanically inclined, you will be satisfied with this. If you're not, if you're having issues, there are tons of videos on YouTube, or you could just send me a message and I could help you out. So with that said, I'm going to jump off of here and get this stuff loaded, and I hope that you've sort of liked this little rundown on the Loadmaster. Keep it clean, keep the press clean, and put a little oil here and there on some of the different high wear points, and you should have years and years of satisfaction from this press. So that's it. That's my little mini review, and I hope you liked it.